Yes, y'all, you know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 3. What was it?
47.
47.
We've done so many, I've lost count.
All up in your face. My dyslexia kicked in. I was like, it's not 70 something.
That would be amazing, though.
347. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Oh, man. And it is a
Come on. Come on, pull that cord.
Night show,
Yes.
baby.
Well,
Nice.
well
I
played.
love it.
Nice.
That was good.
Great one. You got to prime that sometimes.
Exactly. Apparently.
That was good. That was very good.
Shoot, sorry about it.
All good.
That's all right.
Edward,
Yes, sir.
how goes it, buddy? Let's catch up for a minute.
How's our favorite Twitch streamer doing?
You know how it goes.
There you go.
Because Gabe and I just got off of a big Overwatch win.
Boom,
So
boom,
Nice.
Nice.
boom.
I still have that. My heart's still kind of pounding a little fast just to get from a game that's the excitement.
Yeah.
And Gabe's been jumping in playing Batiste, and he got to
Baptiste.
play the game tonight. And
So, Gabe, are you liking Baptiste a lot now? It seems like you've been playing a lot more.
Oh, dude, he is. He single-handedly almost has brought me back to the game.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I really
Really?
like playing as Baptiste. I'm not good enough with. So what I'll do is like we'll be playing, and I will play with Baptiste because I like playing with him, and then we'll start to lose, and I'll switch to May, then we'll win. And so
right.
I don't feel like I'm good enough at him as of yet to play him all the way through and be help.
yeah.
But two, May is also good at certain parts of the map. She's good at like, especially the end of maps when you have to, hold on for dear life.
Yeah. I've been playing around with Ana a little more, and I'm going to start with Ana. I will probably switch at some point, but trying to be able to play her through an entire game and feel like I'm helping out in some fashion.
That's right. I really want to play with who is it? Homegirl with the robot.
Ash.
Ash.
Ash. I just want to throw out Bob one good time. Like I don't know if I've
Have you never played as her?
I mean, maybe like if I went and looked at my hours, I probably have 8 minutes with her. Like I haven't really played with her at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. So much fun. Yes. What a game, Blizzard.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. It's a good one.
Yeah. I've been having a lot. I mean, ever since I got back from Texas, I've just been full on Overwatch. Whenever I'm on any kind of a break, I'm just going to hop onto Overwatch. And if anyone's there, cool. If no one's there that I know, that's cool too.
Sure
I'm
is.
just going to play some Overwatch. And it's been so much fun. And so it was a nice little the weekend of watching other people play way better than I can. Kickstarted me to let's play it mediocre now.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
But it's been a good week. This past weekend, our nieces came over. The Tapmans, the girls came over and spent the night on Friday. So we kind of had like a game night slumber party. In the morning, I made breakfast tacos and migas that I hadn't made them in forever. And
Migos came over.
Migos showed up? That's awesome.
Migos came over.
They're like,
Right. We all fell in love again.
Cash.
And it was beautiful.
Yep. Ice.
Right.
bag.
We could be our own Migos, man. It's amazing.
I know. We just need them to follow me around all day, just so I feel better about myself.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead, Ed. I'll do it for you. Go ahead.
Alrighty.
Yeah, the whole time. Go.
So after that, it was a pretty chill weekend.
Chill.
Yeah. We I'm trying to think of really good buzzwords.
Yeah, right?
Buzz.
We hung out with the dog.
Dog. My dog's dog.
Wow. Jeez.
Bat, man.
I love it.
Night show.
I am exponentially cooler. We've barely started talking. We're like 3 minutes in or whatever. I'm so much cooler than I was 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, I love that we just put a Lil in front of Ed's name.
Lil
now
Ed featuring
Lil Ed
me.
Placencia.
That's right.
Featuring Migos.
That's right. But yeah, it was a good, nice weekend. I started playing Days Gone last week, and I talked about that a little bit. And over the weekend, Gabe, you said, "Hey, are you thinking about the game? Do you find yourself?" And that's a good way, especially for me, and I know for Gabe, to gauge how a game's doing with you is if you're thinking about it. And I said,
That's right.
Not too much. I'm not like. It's not like taking over my thoughts when I'm not playing it, mostly because of Overwatch. But but I am still enjoying it. But then it was a couple days went by before I jumped in again, and I started thinking about it.
Yeah?
And
there you go.
just kind of okay. Now that one spot that I was there, I bet I could try this.
See?
And what's going on with this?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's been nice. I feel like. With probably one exception, everyone I know who's playing the game is like, "Hey, this is really good."
Nice.
That's
and so
crazy.
it's been. I was really happy to see that. I know when it came out, the average review score was 7. If you go back to Metacritic, the average player score is about an 8.
Ooh.
And which is where I think everybody wanted the reviews to be. So that's been nice to see, and I'm really enjoying the game. They're just kind of sprinkling the story in here and there, so you get a little bit of backstory every now and then. You're not sitting there for a Kingdom Hearts length episode watching backstory. You're not there like a.
Still talking.
I hear that one. Those guys real fast. The Kingdom Hearts stuff. That's like you blink and you miss it. It's like
I know, right?
So fast.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you watch that and you're like, I could watch a Quantum Break cutscene right now.
That's true. Those were long, too.
But it's been nice. The way they're telling the story is really nice. The way they have you approach your gameplay is a lot like. It's not like Hitman as far as how you play it, but in the fact that you can approach it from a number of different ways. If you see a horde of zombies, you can do what I do and freeze for 3 seconds and then find a bush and hide in it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And or you can, if you're more equipped than I am, you can maybe distract the horde, break it in half and attack or however. I'm still, I've probably got in, I'm going to wager 12 hours in the game so far. And from what I can tell by playing the game and from what I can tell by looking at the map that I've uncovered and from other people talking, I'm still really early in the game.
Yeah.
And so it's been nice to see things and know, okay, one of these days I'm going to be able to use you, or think I have my bike upgraded, and then find, oh wow, it wasn't as I can go better, and so that's been really cool just to experience.
How heavy is the bike upgrade mechanic?
It is.
Like, is it it's like you're running into it all the time? You're like, oh, man, now I need to work on this. Is it just something you can kind of forget about, and occasionally you're like, oh, yeah, I should upgrade this?
At first it was, and then as I played the game, it's like, I need to upgrade my bike. The gas tank is a big thing because you run out of gas really fast. This thing burns gas like no one's business. And if you're stuck somewhere out of gas, you're in trouble. Or if your bike does take too much damage, or you land too hard, or you bump into a post that I tend to do, you can also maintain your bike on the road, but if you don't, your bike can also break down. So you can also upgrade the bike so it's quieter, so when you're riding, the zombies don't hear you, that kind of stuff. So it's been really, really nice just kind of keeping all that in mind. I remember before I pre-ordered the game, it was like, do you want the super expensive version? You get bike upgrades, and I'm like, I don't care about my bike. I want to play the game. And now I realize, I should care about my bike. So not that I regret not spending an extra $50 to play the game, but still it's just been so much different than what I expected. It's been really, really, really nice. Yeah, the acting is done really well. The writing is done really, really well.
That's good.
And
I'm glad to hear that.
I heard someone say that they thought it was too repetitive. But again, that's any game. If you play Far Cry, it's another outpost.
Yeah.
Unless you really like the outpost, then you're happy about it. And that's how I am. It's like, oh man, here's another infestation zone I need to clear out, or here's another bandit camp I need to clear out.
That's right.
So when those pop up on the map, I get super happy. And so, yeah, it's been a really, really good time. I've been very, very pleasantly surprised and happy with how the game's going. And so, yeah, if you're on the fence, and I've had a few people who have jumped into the stream say, I didn't know about this game, but just watching the gameplay, I think I want to get this.
How did they not know about the game? It
Yeah.
seems like they did a media blitz this last month or so. But
Yeah, but even then, I didn't really know what the game was going to be. You know, I thought it was going to be like a Dead Island type zombie horde fighting game. You know, I had no idea. You know, they focus on the hordes and stuff. So, and I kind of intentionally stayed in the dark. I didn't read anything too deeply about it. I didn't watch a ton of trailers. So it's been a really, really nice surprise, and I've been really, really happy with it.
That's great, man.
And yeah, it's been between Days Gone and Overwatch at Night, it's been a nice week of gaming, that's for sure.
there you go. I like that
Yeah.
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Chris McCracken,
Yes.
what about yourself, man?
Things have been going good here outside of the rain. We've definitely been getting a lot of rain here
We're
recently.
getting that tomorrow.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, like, it'll fly through here, and then I just know, well, in a day or so, I'm gonna start hearing from Gabe and, and them over in Nashville that they're getting some rain.
Well, it's come a flood up here in Nashville. We don't really know what to do with ourselves.
Exactly. So this past weekend, though, it was really, really nice outside. And so on Saturday, we took Ellie. So there's a shelter, an animal shelter here, where they have this like event where you can come and you see all these different vendors and things like that. And the one thing that we ended up missing that I was really bummed that we missed it is they were having like where you could line your dogs up and you could race them to the end of this track. It was like, just like 20 feet or whatever.
I rember you guys doing that last year,
That's
right?
right, yeah,
You said
you
your
did.
dog
But
was
we
gonna
wanted to do it last year and we didn't get the chance to. So
That's
this year
right.
we wanted to do it, and again we just the timing, because it was at the very beginning and we weren't going to be able to make it till after it had already been going for about an hour. So we ended up missing it again.
Yeah.
Because you were really confident she would win.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
right.
So this year they put video of the dogs that competed, and the one person who ended up winning, like you got to see their couple heats that they did. I think they did like 3 different races to get all the way to the end. She would have decimated them.
That's amazing.
Like
Really?
she would have just destroyed these dogs.
Is it
I
because
just
she's
know
so
it.
fast, or because the other ones get a little distracted and they're not like full
No,
out
because
running
she's
all
just
the time?
faster than them. There are a few that you can see, like they'll get distracted or they'll run and then they'll like go over to the side where their other owner is or something
Yeah.
like that. But most of them, it's just they're running to the end. It's just that they don't look like they're really putting their heart into it. It's like, man, Ellie would just destroy this. So
Yeah.
I am going to make this happen next year, and I'm gonna
Oh,
get it
man.
on video, and it's gonna be plastered all over the place because I just feel like she's gonna win. Now, who knows what dogs will come into the race next year? There may be like a retired greyhound or something that's like still got a lot of pep in the step. Who knows? But I think she's got a good shot, especially after seeing the competition this year.
That's awesome.
But it was
Nice.
really nice outside. It was nice to go there and talk to some of the vendors and just kind of do some things, buy a few little small things here and there to help out, not just the vendors, but also the shelter and stuff. Because, Stacy, we're both about animals, but especially Stacy, like she's just got such this big heart for animals and wanting to make sure that they're cared for and taken care of. So that was a lot of fun. Sunday, we just kind of took it easy, but again, it was really, really nice day outside. And then this week at work, we've just been prepping. We have a video shoot coming up the first 3 days of next week. So getting some stuff into place for that. And then today we had, once a year we have a derby race where people will make their own derby cars and we'll race them down this track that we have. So that was today. The evening versions, because we have 24-hour shifts where I work out in the distribution center. So the evening race were last night, and I went up to work late and stayed out to do to get some photos and do the sound and stuff for that. And then today was the one where the winners from that night would come up, and then they would race all the people that in the office and day shift in the distribution center who had made cars and stuff. It's always a lot of fun. People get super creative with it, and they have like teams with a cool theme and everything. People will be in costumes and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. We have lunches. Usually we reach out to like a handful of food trucks, and then they'll just be out in the parking lot, and we'll get to go out there, and that's where most people will buy their lunch and stuff. It was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed
Nice.
having it, and it's one of the events that I look forward to the most each year. So that was really cool. And then outside of that, pretty much everything has been business as usual at work. I did, though, get reacquainted. You know what? It's cool when you have like a really good friend, and then just life happens and you kind of like separate, and like you can't really hang out as much anymore and you don't really talk as much. And then later on down the road, some time passes and maybe you're able to get together again.
Yeah.
And you see like, oh, is it going to be weird, or is it going to be like, Is it just going to be like nothing, no time's passed at all? Are we just going to pick things right back up where we were? And I'm happy to say that we were able to just pick things up right where they left off.
That's awesome.
And it was so awesome.
I love that.
Yeah, it's my friend, like, they're just the best. Their name is Hearthstone. And we've just rekindled so well, and we've just been like all week long. It's just been so great. And I mean, it's like there was no time missed at all.
Is that their first or last name?
That's amazing.
I hate you so much. Right now.
That's all of their name. That's all their name. Oh my gosh! I mean, I may or may not have a Hearthstone window up now. I don't know.
What happened?
You know, it's just one of those weird things. I was just like, Hearthstone. I've never deleted it off my phone. That's where I played it most of the time, was either on my phone or my iPad. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to fire this up.
Could I jump back into
if it didn't?
You think? Or is it too late for me?
Here's the thing for me, because that was was my fear. I was like, I don't even know what expansion they're on. They have this, they implemented it a long time ago, this whole thing where like only so many cards are in the right season and then they fade out, and you really got to have the newer cards if you're wanting to play in standard. I was just like, I don't want to have to learn all the new metas and all this kind of stuff. But they have the Tavern Brawl, which is always just changing out. And it's just so easy to jump in there. They provide the cards for you depending on which Tavern Brawl it is. Sometimes you do have to build your own decks for it. But the one going on right now, the cards are just provided, and you just have these different rule sets and weird things going on. And that's what I like to go into, because it just puts me right back in the mindset of playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I'm, next thing you know, I'm going into my decks and I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do to tweak some things. And it's like hooking me right back in.
I love that.
Wow, nice.
So I'm actually kind of excited about it, because I thought I was going to be all bummed out. So I'm glad I wasn't bummed out. And then two, I'm not like some of you guys where y'all are pretty good on the playing mobile games and stuff like that. And I've just never really been able to find any that really click with me. Hearthstone's been the only one that ever clicks with me. So I'm excited to be like, when I'm out and about.
Wasn't there a driving game you liked a lot too, a little bit?
There was, yeah. So CSR Racing, that game will hook me for a short bit every now and then when like a new version of it comes out, because it's free to play and I can just race cars, and that can be a fun little mindless thing. But it's still not like on Hearthstone's level. So
gotcha.
Hearthstone is where I'm excited to be back on that one. On the console side, finally got to jump into Sekiro.
Oh, good. I was hoping you did.
Nice.
Now I'm really, really short in. Like, I'm only just barely past like the tutorial stage.
So you've only died like 8,000 times.
Oh my god.
I've actually only died 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but I mean, I know that's gonna just like, this is just building you up a little bit to make you feel good, and then they're just gonna decimate you. Because already the controls are just like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, man, I think I'm parrying. Nope, that wasn't a parry. I got slashed. I need to move over here and use these little regen things that they have for you.
I want to try it so bad.
It looks so far, I'm going to say yes. Everything so far is positive. It's what I expected. It's very similar to, which I haven't played the Souls games, but I did play the Bloodborne, and it's like that. It's going to be punishing, and I can tell this is going to get difficult.
Yeah.
And I don't know, if I'm going to go all the way to the very end of it, but I'm super looking forward to finally getting in there and getting my head wrapped around like the different combinations and how to see the boss's tells and when to do the parry and how to do the finishing moves and all that kind of stuff. It's really exciting, and it looks really good. It plays really smooth so far. Again, just a little bit past the tutorial, so I'm not too far in yet. But yeah, I'm super happy about it so far. I'm excited to get in and do some more.
That's awesome.
And then kind of like Ed was mentioning earlier, been playing a bunch of Overwatch. They released a new map, which I've not even played the new map yet, but they did release a new map called Havana. I'm ready. I'm excited to get in there and get to that. And then on Apex, what?
Half of my heart is in
Oh,
Havana.
That should be the theme song for that one.
It should. They slept on that one.
I know, right? Then what's up this original music? What is this all about?
I know.
Doggone
If it
it.
started off like battle ready and it was like, I just walked in with that, how you doing? I'd be like, ew. But then I'd be dancing so much I get shot.
Everyone's dance emotes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, they need to do some dance emotes that are around Havana, like their theme or something. That's what they should do. They should have different dances themed around each different map. That'd be awesome.
That would be cool.
That, and then you could just have like your entire emote wheel be just nothing but 3 or 4 different dances. Yeah. That's what they need to do. That's a good idea. We need to write them, Edward. We need to
There
write
you
to
go.
old Kaplan and be like, hey, man, make this happen.
Doing it now.
I have played some more Apex. I finished out the Battle Pass. So
nice.
I've reached the end of it. So I'm still enjoying the game though. Still will jump in and do play with a few people or solo queue if I just got a little bit of time to kill. Because it's like I know what I'm getting. It's kind of like playing a match or two of Overwatch. It's like I know what it's going to be. I know about how long it's going to be. So if I can schedule that in, cool. I'll just jump in real quick, and it's a lot of fun still. So that is it for Mr. Chris.
Nice.
I like it.
Beautiful.
Router,
Yeah, man.
what it do with you, Doc?
Got some yard work done today because this is,
gosh.
I know, right? This is the
Did you rake any leaves?
I did rake. I raked out all
How's your rake?
well, you know.
Is it pretty rickety or is it?
Would you describe it as a rickety?
I would
Yeah.
I would describe it as completely modern and
Oh,
fully
modern.
and fully functional. As in I went to Home
solar-powered.
Depot and got a rake and I've had it for like 2 years.
Oh, I was gonna say the guy
Versus-
that I had
versus
my
Chris's
rake
who's-
talks to me.
Right, versus Chris who's had his for like 50.
Chris hasn't had it for 50. Stacey.
I mean, well, okay. Let's
it's been handed down generation to generation,
That's
and
right.
she still got it in the family.
It's the one rake to rule them all.
Exactly.
exactly.
Every time it gets near the fire, it's got this writing that just appears on it. It's
That's right.
really weird.
Yep. It was actually Harry Potter's broom at one point, I believe.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
It made a cameo in Ghostbusters.
There it is. Anywho, yes, with the impending weather coming, today was the last really nice day to get anything done, and I've been wanting to just redo the front of the house and remulch and get everything done. And so I took the morning off and did all that. It was great. Remulched, trimmed the bushes, removed the old mulch. So now I'm exhausted, and I can't wait for this to be over so I can go to bed, and I'm sore.
right.
Had 30 bags of mulch to move around the front.
Oof.
It looks good though, man. I'm happy.
I bet it looks real
it's
nice.
Such a
Yeah.
nice feeling just to be done with it and be like, oh yes, good. That's check that off the list. So that's nice. So and now tomorrow we get all kinds of rain through Sunday, which is awesome. This past weekend was kind of another crazy one. I still haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet. Yes, I'm
Come on.
probably the only one.
I mean, there's spoilers all over the place now.
I haven't, and I
Careful.
haven't seen. Yeah, I have been very careful. I have not seen or wanted to even go down any type of an Avengers rabbit hole. I'm kind of blocking all that out. So
don't even watch the new Spider-Man trailer.
no, I haven't. Exactly. I heard that there was some spoilers in there, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch that either. But yeah, on Friday was Eat the Street, where they bring in about 30 different food trucks in downtown Franklin, and it's down just like 2 blocks from Main Street in Franklin. And normally we participate in that, but this year it also falls on the first Friday of the month, which is Art Scene. And what they do is we bring in a local artist into Lauren's store, and we basically stay open until 9:00. So that's what we were doing. And so it was kind of a late night. Lauren had a bunch of balloons to do too. So it was, Piper went and had a little play date with a friend for a while we were doing Art Scene, and then she came back and we were just hanging out and helping mommy, and then and finally went home. And then Saturday was our last soccer game of the spring season,
Holler.
which was awesome. It was really great, and everybody got trophies. And it was a lot of fun, exactly. And then Piper had a birthday party.
Don't
to
forget
go to.
the trophies.
Exactly.
You had one job.
You had one job.
What are these trophies at?
So Piper had a birthday party to go to. So there was a lot of running around.
She get a trophy for that?
She got a trophy for that.
Here you go. Thanks for showing up to this birthday party.
Here,
Don't forget
here's
your
your
trophy.
trophy. Exactly.
All the way out.
Here's your
sign.
Here's your sign.
Here's your sign.
Exactly. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been going down this past week. Pretty easy. On the gaming front, man, I still haven't started Spider-Man. I've actually kind of
What?
I've actually
Come
kind
on,
of. I
Tim.
know, dude.
Priorities.
I know. I've actually overslept a few times, and then poor Thaxton last night had diarrhea 4 times in the middle of the night,
No.
which is great. Thankfully, though, he's. You know what? Now that I have a puppy, and Thaxton looks like the best student in the world right now, and he's been really sweet. Like we heard him pacing in our room. And so we're like, that's usually, he's usually pretty chill. So I let him out, and the poor guy just let her rip out in the yard. And then 2 hours later, it happened. So I ended up having to take him to the vet today. He's got like a little 24-hour virus. He's doing fine now. But I'm like 4 times in the middle of the night. And so...
You should have got it on stream.
Well, yeah. I probably
Stream from your Nest
Should've,
cam.
yeah.
It's like, oh, Paxton's going
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
Live, you can be like live vlogging it.
Just for context,
Exactly, and Ed and I should be doing that as well.
Ed was doing his cooking stream,
It was beautiful, man.
and Batman
Batman.
decided to do a number twosie
Yep.
in the background.
It was amazing.
Yeah, he did.
Which is so funny because when you're watching it, like, obviously the dog poops, which I was so upset you didn't blur it out like they do on everything.
Right?
And then Ed's just being sweet, like, oh, hey, Batman, what were you doing back there? Like, almost, like, that's how you know you're a parent of something, is when you
Yes.
know something's up.
Yep.
Like, if
Yeah, I
my
thought
dog
the
walked into
same
the room, I
thing.
wouldn't even look. I'd be like, oh, hey,
freak
Zay.
out.
I was like, it's like he knew he was going to turn that corner and just see the little things there.
because he's his dad.
Yep.
exactly. It's like he never goes in that room unless he wants to have an accident.
Yeah.
And then
All right.
you have the awful, this is what I thought of. And maybe this is because of just my culture that I came up in.
Uh-huh.
It'd be hard for me. I'd be have to think like, all right, the stream is going. How am I punish this dog while this stream is going?
Right. Right?
Yeah, because you can't wait till the
Can't
stream's
really
done.
rub his
'Cause then he don't
face in it
remember.
while you're
this-
doing it.
Yeah, we are
No.
a rub your nose in
Yeah,
it,
we
spank
too.
their bottom. That's how we raised our dogs.
Dogs and
Or
children.
our
Yep.
dog. And our dog is amazing, by the way.
Yep.
Yes.
But it made me think of that because the clip cuts out right when you were like, what? Or whatever you said. Like, did you poop
Yeah.
or something?
That was great.
Yeah.
You pooping?
So funny.
Sarah kind of stepped in and kind of, let him know that she was disappointed.
Oh, there you go.
Is that, tell me that's how she said it. Batman, I am disappointed in you. And he's just like,
A stern look.
Yeah, she did the way most white people raise their kids now.
Exactly.
Okay, let's just have a discussion about what you're feeling right
No
now.
avocado for you for the rest of the day.
it's okay, I'll clean it. Of course, that one has to happen. Because they don't have hands.
Exactly. He's not gonna
Exactly.
clean it. He's like, I mean, I could eat it. That's what I was thinking about doing.
Yep. Yeah, and it's one of those.
Chocolate?
Poor Thaxton had an
Who put this here?
Poor Thaxton had an accident too on the rug this morning while I was outside in the yard, and I didn't think and it was one of those things like, man, I should go check on him. And as soon as I did, I'm like, poor guy, he just couldn't hold it and just let her rip. And I'm like, ah.
Well, let's get it clear. I don't think Batman had an accident. Batman was like,
No,
all right.
Batman was like, hey,
That's true.
Hey, you're
All right,
Twitch
nobody's
streaming?
in here. I gotta poop.
It's-
Yeah.
And it's funny, he just looks at it like, man, that's bad, and then runs away.
Yeah, he does.
And then runs up the stairs.
He kind of hopped over it too, which was awesome. He
know,
was like, all right, I'm out. Bye.
What's funny is that he was like the consummate kid. Like when Remy does something wrong, he only knows in that second he did something wrong.
Right.
And then something
Yes.
else catches his attention and he comes to us like, hey guys, and we're like, where you been at? He's like, upstairs. And then we go upstairs. We're like, who got all this out? And he's like, oh yeah, that was me. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
And this is what it smells like up close.
Exactly. Then we rub his nose in the Legos and we're like, clean it up. I'm just
That's
kidding.
right. Go outside. Yeah. So anyway, yes, I still haven't started Spider-Man. I'm hoping to get to that probably tomorrow morning. I'm very excited. And Clash Royale for me. And that's it.
Hey, and Clash Royale.
That's right. Mr. Patillo holding it down this week.
Oh shoot.
While Mama is like having like Epcot drinks and like going
Oh,
on Splash
man.
Mountain, and I'm like, I want to
Anybody
be there.
Somebody texted me today, a buddy of mine, DJ. He goes, hold up a second. I know your wife ain't leave you with all three of the kids to go to Disney World. He was like, that's icy. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, man. So, yeah, we've been holding it down all week. She left on
Nice,
Monday,
man.
so it's, all week. It's only Wednesday. But I tell you what, man, this 3-on-1 thing ain't no joke. Especially when so my wife is a superhero. Obviously, she does this all the time.
Yes.
Right.
When you're not used to doing it all the time, my body is like, what time? Wait, we got to, all right, okay, so wait. Just,
Man.
hold up,
Yeah.
hold up. Hey, man, hey, listen, can we just sit down for a second? Let's just sit down for a second.
Family meeting.
All right, let's talk about this real quick. Like, that's how I feel like my body's doing everything. Like, when I got up this morning, after I think I was playing with Patrick Novosel and Mark Boucher last night on Apex. And it was one of those things, like, we kept getting out early, so it was like, one more. And so I think I went to bed at like 1:30, which usually isn't that late for us. But when you don't get to tag team the morning, and the morning's
man.
only on you to handle both boys and make Amara's lunch and get her dressed and get her to school. Boy, I almost wrote an email to her teacher like, "Hey, sorry if Amara's hair comes looking like a brush fire
Now nappy.
Brush fire.
because your boy don't
Can't they
know
wear a hat to school?
what to do." And so
Yeah.
I've just been having her do it, if I'm being completely honest. So then, because for
Nice.
2 reasons, because she can kind of do it, and I have deniability. If it looks crazy, I'll be like, "Well, I had her do it." But she's been working it out, man. Her hair's been looking good. She's been wearing her outfit
See?
to school every day, so I'm proud of her. She's been helping me out. She's a great big sister. Today,
I bet she is.
it was a big day for us. Today was Remy's 4th birthday. So today was Remy's birthday.
Mm.
Hey.
So we tried
birthday.
to spoil him as much as we could. So for Remy's birthday, his mom went to Disney World.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
And so we started today out. He wanted Chick-fil-A this morning. So my wife is big on birthdays, and so like if it's your birthday, my wife likes to celebrate the whole month of September. She's like, "It's my birthday month." I'm like, "Birthday month," and so I'm like, "The word day is in your explanation," and so I try to make it special because she's not here to do it, and I'm not as warm and cuddly as mommy is, so. We started with Chick-fil-A. We did donuts today, which was a big deal. They love donuts.
Oh,
And then we
yeah.
ended the day off with some, what do they call them? Oh, shoot. The Mexican popsicles?
Paletas.
Paletas.
Churro.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, they're paletas. Paletas, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh wait, those aren't popsicles. That's I'm sorry. Jeez.
Oh,
I
Chris, you were
got
being
my thing-
serious?
I totally got my confused in my head. Yes, the churro with the cinnamon stick, right?
Yes, churros
Yes.
of the
Yes, because I love me some churro. by the
Oh,
way.
my gosh. I thought you were joking. That is
No, wait,
hilarious.
I totally got the things mixed in my head.
We are so
I can't think
American
of anything
right
any
now.
funnier.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, we're American. All right.
Oh my gosh.
And so, yeah, man, it's been a good couple days. So I've got like one more lunch to make, 2 more days of school because Friday is Chick-fil-A day because our school is small. It's a small little private school, and they've got great relationships all over town. Chick-fil-A is coming and providing lunch for every child in the whole school. And
That's
so
awesome.
I
Wow.
don't have to make lunch on Friday, and Amara loves Chick-fil-A, so it works out perfect.
There you
Beautiful.
go.
Nice.
Gaming wise, gosh, it's been so weird because with Jenny gone, I don't feel comfortable going out to the shed and gaming at night. Just in case somebody's crying or something like that. Especially the first night, Milo was up and down with his stuffy nose and all this stuff. So I brought my PlayStation inside the house, so I can't like play the games I really want to play. Like I've been really wanting to dive into Sekiro, but I have no idea what is a part of it.
Yeah.
Considering I think the subtitle is like Demons Die Twice or something like that. And so I was like, man, I can't play that in the house. And then so been playing a lot of Overwatch, and I have been playing Apex during like quiet time when Milo's sleeping and Remy's in our room with the iPad or something like that. I just love that game, man. That game's good.
That's awesome, dude.
And then, like I said, playing Baptiste on Overwatch just has got me going. I don't know why. I just really like that character. I love that. I'm not as DPS with him as I am with Moira. But I do love the dual purpose. Like, you can do some damage and you can heal.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I struggle with Mercy. Like, you have to switch weapons to do any damage and then switch back. And
Do you
so-
struggle doing both of those roles with Moira? Is that what you were saying earlier?
No, I'm better DPS with Moira.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Gotcha.
I can heal, but her healing, you can
Runs out.
You can use it up, yeah.
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 And so,
Or at least the spray version of it, yeah.
yeah, and the other one is on a wait, is on a cooldown.
Yeah, on a cooldown.
Where it feels like you have to reload the gun, but you can heal a lot faster, but it's just not as much. So
Right.
you're like, boom, boom, boom.
I honestly forget about his healing shots that he can do. I'm always just doing the hand.
Oh, yeah,
like
'cause
the-
it does it around you.
Yeah, because I'm just used to. I think of it like a Lucio one, where it's like just get close to me, or like Brigitte. Whenever if she's hitting people and you're just near her, that's the way I think of it. And so I always forget. And I want to see you play or somebody else play, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's right," because you can do the healing rockets or whatever the heck they are too.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, that and throwing people off the edge on Apex. And
Dude, that was so funny. Sarah loved that.
Did she? I didn't think it was gonna work. That guy was probably so frustrated.
She was like, "That's such a boy thing to even think of."
I'm gonna see if I can throw him off the edge. It definitely is. As I'm watching my boys, it totally is. Because everything's hi-ya with them, like everything.
That's awesome.
Nothing was hi-ya with Amara. Nothing.
Nope.
Yeah.
Everything is hi-ya with these jokers. It is so weird. Like, we bought him balloons. Next thing I know, he's got his sword and he's just beating the crap out of those those foil balloons. He's got a Pikachu. He just beats the crap out of that thing. You're like, I mean, better the Pikachu, I guess, than your brother or something. But
Right.
anyway, that's been it. Boring here, but excited to have the wife
sound
back.
like it.
Yeah, exactly. Excited to have the wife back. She'll be back on Saturday.
Ooh, okay.
So, yeah, man. Didn't do anything for Cinco de Mayo. Didn't do anything for Star Wars Day.
Nope.
Yep.
Yeah, held it down. I was a dad. 24.
You didn't wear your yellow whatever
Man,
shirt.
you know-
You don't have
Empire
that one
Strikes Back
anymore,
this
right?
year?
Yeah, man.
Empire.
Jenny,
Tossed it.
Yeah, man, she tossed all of them. I had 4 of them.
No.
Man,
Yeah, so
now I
they're
know what to
all
get you for
gone.
your birthday.
I know. I got to go back to Urban Outfitters, see if they still got that thing.
You should have told her to mail me one. It wouldn't have fit. But
Yeah, it could be your nighttime shirt.
My nighty.
Yeah, it'd be like, Chris, whose shirt is that? You like my boyfriend's shirt.
I get it. I'll get it framed, and then you can sign on it which tour you would wear it the most on.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, all right, I just have my tour shirt wall.
Yeah, it was a tour shirt. Oh, man. Router,
Yeah, man.
you got it?
Yeah, mine.
Well, let's do it!
This is going to be pretty short and sweet. New releases this week: For the King for the PS4, Switch, and Xbox One.
You mean For the King?
For the King! Puyo Puyo Champions for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Life is Strange 2 Episode 3 Wastelands for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Mortal
Yes.
Kombat 11 for the Switch comes out this week. And Saints Row the Third comes out on the Switch this week. That's perfect for the kids. It'd be great.
Right.
Jeez.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We did have one oops from our boy Lucas Ham Sandwich. Hey guys, so there was doubt about May's PS Plus titles and if there were repeat offerings. I can confirm that this is the first time that both Overcooked and What Remains of Edith Finch have been offered on PS Plus as free titles, without a doubt. I will be playing the first with my wife and likely putting my marriage to the test, and also heard good things about Edith Finch's story as well. As I'm reading this, I'm realizing it's not really an oops, is it? It's more.
Well, I
of an
think we said that. We said, like, because I definitely said I hadn't had Overwatch, so we knew it wasn't a free game. I don't know about the other one either.
Right.
Yeah, we weren't sure. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
I must have played Edith Finch on Xbox then, because I don't remember paying. I remember wanting to play for it and getting excited that I got it. So I don't think, I'm almost certain I did not pay for it. Or maybe it was just on a really steep like discounted sale, and that's when I got it.
Yeah.
But I know I played it.
We had one more oops. It was from Fonzie Maldonado. He said on last week's episode, Chris said PUBG had 3 maps. There are actually 4 now. And he names them, and they're all crazy names, so I'm not even going to
Was that on Facebook?
Oh wow.
I think that was Facebook, yep.
Oh, I checked that. I
Facebook
didn't
group, man. Come on, Facebook group is growing, man. They talking to
Yeah,
over
it
there,
is.
man. They got some real life going on over there.
see it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, they do.
Woo wee. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Speaking of which, congratulations to Travis Reeves.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just had a new baby
Yeah.
girl.
That's awesome.
Kinsley May.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
so cool.
And I love that he came to the Facebook group to tell us about it.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
I love that.
Little
love it, I
tiny
love it.
baby.
Little baby. With the golden diapers. Anyway,
I held the baby this last week, and I was like, yeah, I'm good.
yeah, right? You know, Jenny's like,
I know. She was like, it was so sweet seeing you with that baby. I was like, did you take a picture? Because
yeah, right. You were like, yeah. And
I know.
that's good. All right, that is it for me. On back to you guys.
Christopher.
Yeah, well, I'm going to start off with
Yeah.
something that feels a little late to the party. But
Yes.
it does look like EA Access is finally going to be coming to PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
after all of these years that it's been on the Xbox One, and then obviously it's been through Origin if you're on the PC side, and everybody always like, is it ever going to come to PlayStation 4? It looks like it's finally going to happen. It's going to be keeping the same pricing structure, and that way that it goes is it's $4.99 per month, or you can pay $29.99 for an annual subscription, which I feel like is a great deal. Gabe, didn't you had EA Access, or maybe still do on Xbox,
I've
right?
never had EA Access.
Oh, I thought maybe you just talked about wanting to do it. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
I think so. I don't remember. Like, because when I think about it, like, I don't ever know how many EA games I actually play.
Yeah. When it first came out, I grabbed it on Xbox, and then I was looking through the games. I was like, well, I already bought Battlefront,
Right.
and I don't want to play that football game, or that football game, or that football game, or that FIFA game, or that FIFA game, you know, and
or Mass Effect.
So I just kind of let it run out.
Yeah, it might have been Ed that had it. I don't think I ever had it.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't
their current library right now is 50 games that are part of their vault. But like Ed was saying, it's clearly a lot of stuff that is older or has been out for a little while. Like for instance, you can get the Star Wars games, the Battlefront games, Battlefront 1 and 2. There's Burnout Paradise remastered on there. There's Battlefield 1, and then all the plethora of EA sports games that you can think of.
Right.
Although I think as far as it goes for like Madden and EA and NHL, I think it only is the most recent versions typically. I don't know that they keep, like, I don't know if it goes all the way back to Madden 2011 or something crazy like that.
You would hope not.
And then on EA Access, the one thing that it is a little bit different on the Xbox side is it also, EA Access includes any 360 games that are backwards compatible since they are over there, which clearly that's not going to be a thing that's on the PlayStation side. But it offers, one of the other things they offer, which I always thought was a little bit weird, is that if you do decide to go ahead and just pay for the game, which if the subscription is banging, I would assume you wouldn't do that. You would just keep paying for your subscription. But if you decide to go ahead and pay for the game, or if you want to buy any additional DLC, you get like a 10% coupon or a 10% off of your purchase. And it does give you like free trials of new games as they come. So like, it didn't really go very well, but when Anthem was going to drop, people with EA Access got like 10 hours of play on it before anybody else did. And then it's going to be the same thing with like Battlefield 5 and then any of the future games as they come. So if you had any ideas or any interest in doing it and you've only been on the PlayStation side, now you can sign up for it and you can give it a go and see how it's going to go. I think it's going to be coming in July. Yeah, sometime in July is when it's actually going to be launching, but you can actually pre-sign up for it now if you're interested in doing that.
You think it's too little too late at this point, or you think there's still a market?
I don't
for
know
it?
that it's. I mean, I do think there's an air of too little, too late in a sense. I mean, it feels like, man, you're just doing here right at the end of the generation. It doesn't really make much sense.
Right.
But the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, for what it's worth, are going to live on past even when the next generation starts, because the consoles always do. So there's definitely still going to be life that way. And I've even thought, I mean, it's. Relatively speaking, it's cheap enough that I feel like it'd be worth me maybe giving it a shot, because I'm kind of in the same camp as Ed, where, you know, when I try to think back on it, there's not a ton of EA games in particular that I get super excited about, but there's definitely games that I do get excited about, like the Battlefront games, and then there's stuff you can get, not that I need a lot of it, but there's stuff that you can get that's exclusive to EA Access for Apex Legends, which I play a lot of that, like Gabe does.
Yep.
So it's one of those things where I'm just like, I may give it a shot, or maybe if nothing else, just for a month or two and see, because it's just so cheap to give it a try.
Chris, are they like what Game Pass is going to be? As in, like, do you get the new games too right when they drop if you have EA Access?
No. So that's where it is different, is that
that's
because
not
the
good.
way that they have it is a vault. But you got to remember that EA Access came out before Game Pass did.
No, I know,
So
but I just didn't know
they're-
if that's maybe where they got that idea, or if EA just did that. Because it would be an amazing deal if you were a guy that played Madden every year. You know, and bought Madden over and over.
So
and
that's
over and
not
over again.
the way that it works on their side. Is that obviously, like I mentioned a bit ago, you get that play first trial where you'll have like up to 10 hours to play with every game before it actually drops. But then there's still going to be a window. Kind of think it's more like a movie theater. Think of it that way, where like movies will go to the theater for a while, and then like maybe 4 or 5 months later, that's when they'll hit Netflix or digital or anything like that. That's how EA Access works. The game will come to. Everything that they release will eventually come to EA Access. It's just that there'll be a timed window where they want you to actually go out and pay retail for it.
And even though it's at the end of the generation, I mean, still, it's probably it's probably safe to say a year before we'll all have a PS5.
Right.
So you got a year to try it out. And it's not that expensive compared to buying the games themselves. And, then at least and if you want to carry it over to PS5,
True.
if that's something you want to do.
Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting because I would think, like you're saying at the end of the console generation, I think I agree with what Ed's getting at is like, it'll be on the next thing. It'll just roll
yeah.
over,
I
right?
would think so.
I mean, it's just Sony saying, hey, we're at the party too,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah,
Essentially.
yeah, that's what I would think. I thought this was really interesting. We have talked over the years, actually, on this podcast about China's interesting relationship with video games and video game revenue. And so last March, China put a freeze on new games released for purchase in their country, and that just lifted this week, I think it was. And so it started on March 28th of last year, and now they're letting these games be released again in China. And because of how rabid people are in China about video games, they're estimating that by 2023, which is only 4 years from now, this is PC gamers now, there will be 354 million PC gamers playing in China, which is more than the whole population of America.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Which is insane. And people were saying that it's so interesting because the gaming revenue just from buying old games was still going. And so even though they had that freeze last year, China still, just in China, the gaming industry was worth $35 billion.
Oh, my God.
And so it's just like the massive amount of people that are over there. And they were saying that it really hurt Tencent, obviously, which is a big developer we've heard from plenty of times over there. And so I think a lot of people are probably rejoicing that this is done. I don't know the whole backstory as to why they did this. A lot of people say it falls under censorship and just kind of the country's hold on their people and the way they like to control things. But it's over now, and so we'll see what happens, man. If more than America, I would just take all of America and imagine 100% of Americans being gamers. That's a crazy number of people.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Wow.
I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Chris McCracken.
So I wanted to touch on this story just because I thought it was super cool. It's about the Overwatch League. And last year, we know that it was the first year that the league had been in place. And there was a team called the Shanghai Dragons. And they went 0-48 or something. They lost every single game of their match.
That's like the pamphlets.
Yeah, exactly. The Portland Pamphlets.
The Portland Pamphlets.
Best team that ever existed. Yeah, exactly.
They are struggling this year, too.
So one other
Can't
team
even get off the ground.
One other team that had a lot of struggles last year, but obviously not quite as bad as the Shanghai Dragons, was the San Francisco Shock. Even though they had, and actually the statement I'm about to make really can apply for every team, but they all have some really good players. It's just working in synergies and getting your teams to work together and everything like that, and just being on point. It's just really hard. Well, San Francisco Shock have really turned things around this season, and in fact, in stage 2, they completed the very first ever perfect stage. They did not lose a single game, and not just a series, not a single map.
Yep.
They 4-0'd every single team that they played the entire stage, which is crazy to think about it. Wow. Now, the one thing that people can look at, because there's a lot of other teams that are really high up there right now. One, the Vancouver Titans and the New York Excelsior. They're really, really good teams as well. And when people kind of try to think well, let's rank these people, who's number one, who's the top. The one knock that is against the San Francisco Shock is that in this stage in particular, they've only faced 2 of the top 8 teams. So that definitely makes things a little bit easier that this stage on stage 2, as opposed to 1 and the other ones, they've had a little bit of a lighter schedule, but still to be able to not drop a single map, because there's plenty of times where a team may win a series, but they're going to drop a map. They're going to 3-1 somebody or something like that, because, usually a lot of the teams tend to play up to their competition. So I found it super impressive that the San Francisco Shock were able to do this. And it puts them in the prime spot to really dominate or at least really bring the pain when the stage 2 playoff comes, which is this following week. It starts this week, on Thursday is when Thursday or Friday, shoot.
Thursday.
Is it Thursday? Yeah. That's right. So they're going to start the stage 2 playoffs this week. I love the turnaround that they've had, and then a lot of the other teams as well. There's been a lot of just positivity going on this year, and the new. We've mentioned this before, but the new teams, for the most part, have come in just like really shaking things up.
Oh yeah,
and if you've not checked out the Overwatch League, you do still see goats. I would say it's lessened at least a bit, not completely. Yeah. One thing I will say is the new teams from China. They don't care about goats. I mean, they'll play it occasionally, but they will throw some wacky comps. They'll be throwing back to like season 1 and throwing like dive comps and everything. They're a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect.
Exactly. The first time I really got a good look at the two of the China teams was when we were playing, when Ed was here and we were watching at the live event here in Dallas. It's like, oh my gosh, they throw some wacky stuff. It's like they don't care. Like, we're going to play what we want to play, and they still find a way to make it work. So. If you have any interest in just checking out an esport, I really want to like put it out there that you should try Overwatch League. I mean, even if you don't play Overwatch, I just think it can get so super exciting. And watch a game where Uber is casting.
Yes. Yes.
Because I think
you will have a lot of fun.
I think you'll be entertained.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that next year we see even more expansion teams. I know the pamphlets are trying to get in there. It doesn't look good for them.
They don't even have jerseys yet.
Yeah.
Come on, Portland.
Come on, Portland.
I have a question since we're kind of on it. I wanted to ask this question anyway, but I think it ties in well. In you guys' opinions, do you think that esports will pass MLS in popularity in America in the next 5 years?
I think it could. Oh yeah, it would not shock me at all.
Maybe.
I don't know anyone who watches. I think maybe Router might be the only one I know that watches MLS.
I've watched the little MLS. It has taken
That's Major League Soccer, by the way, for those
Exactly.
that don't know what MLS is.
Yeah, not MLS Chop.
And it is.
That's right. Totally different.
It's taken.
Totally different. Equally as cool.
A long time for the MLS to really gain some traction. What ends up happening is a lot of the European players who are no longer playing for any of the European teams. It's basically where they come to just kind of finish out their careers. So you have the Wayne Rooneys of the bunch. You have a bunch of other people coming over. I mean, we have some. Nashville's about to be an expansion. And we're about to start our MLS this next season, so I think it's still, around. I think it could probably match it quicker than MLS did, and get to that same level. Definitely get to that same level faster. I don't know though. I have no idea. I don't watch a whole lot of esports, but
I don't watch a lot of esports either. But every time I see an esport, especially on television, and maybe that's the smoke and mirrors of it, it seems ginormous.
Yes.
Like even for Ed and Chris to go to their event and there be 4,500 people there, that's nothing to sneeze at.
No.
Now, soccer is still played in stadiums, so there's not just 4,500 people there.
Right.
There's thousands upon tens upon thousands of people. But I just feel like in the States, soccer is not really like
and never
on
has
popping like it. It's the world sport, but it's not all like that here. So I just wonder if esports has an opportunity, because if you look at like some of these Dota things and Street Fighter 5 and all those things have like some massive followings.
Oh yeah.
And I know Overwatch is kind of taking the lead when it comes to television, which is like kudos on them, because they've gotten a lot of stuff played on actual network television very quickly. The game's only 3 years old or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And like I told you a couple weeks ago, I stumbled across the Rocket League championships, and that was really fun to watch. Like I enjoyed watching it. I don't know if I'd keep up with the Overwatch League, just because it's so fast paced, and I kind of feel like I don't know what's going on. And maybe that's just because I haven't played it as long as you guys have. But I need to sit down and give it another try.
Yeah, I would encourage you. I would encourage you to watch it again, Tim, because the first time I saw it, the camera edit was so fast that even as somebody who had been playing it a bunch, I was like, oh, for the layman, there's no way they'd be able to follow this. Right. But they've got to have figured that out by now, hopefully. I haven't watched it recently, but when I was watching on ABC, when I was out of town, I didn't feel like the camera edits were nearly as fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like where you're going with that as far as a comparison, because yes, soccer is not it's not as huge as it is in the European and just worldwide. So I definitely think it could gain a lot more traction just because of you have such a bigger audience in video gamers in the U.S. than you do soccer players, in my opinion. So
I would think so.
I would.
Oh, yeah.
I would hope so.
Just a quick story before hand it back to Chris here. We touched on this. Me, Ed, and Chris did a video for our patrons this last week. So if you're a patron, go check out Discord and look for the post. But we did a little video about them changing Sonic. We talked a lot last week about the uproar that the internet went through about Sonic and what he looked like. And since we don't have anything that we've seen yet, but we did want to say that it's pretty crazy that social media does work in this way and really does have a hand in steering the ship, it seems, at times.
Yeah.
So the director came out and said something along the lines of like, we hear you. We hear you want changes. Change gonna come.
And he's probably like, nerds.
Don't get off
He's
my back.
probably cursing everybody right now. Like,
Yeah, I
no.
shouldn't be doing this movie in the first place.
Right?
I'm mad that I'm even
Now,
doing it.
now I could see him saying that one. I shouldn't be doing this in the first place.
Yeah.
But I gotta believe that if this is gonna be a crazy statement in a way, but I've got to believe that if you're doing a video game movie, you've at least would respect like what the gamer people would want. But at the same time, like if you're doing a video game movie, you think you know what your character's supposed to look like.
I was about to say
Right.
the respect
Do your
thing has kind of
research,
gone out the
man.
window at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. No, do your research.
Yeah. What else you got, Christopher?
I am out.
Ooh, I've got one more, and it's kind of like what Chris said. It's just for me. So, a couple years ago, I don't know if it was this last E3 or the E3 before. I feel like it was this last E3. Square Enix held this concert where they played music from Kingdom Hearts,
Yeah.
and it kind of led to Kingdom Hearts coming out this year. Well, this E3, this year, they're doing a concert dedicated to Final Fantasy VII.
About time.
Now, listen, I'm not getting my hopes up. We first saw the peaks of this remake in 2015.
Wow.
That
It is
long ago, man. Wow.
2019 now. So that was 2015, which that just doesn't feel right. Like I read that in this story, but I was like, it's coming from express.co.uk. But I was like, gosh, that seems like a long time ago. But that's June 9th. So that's coming up. And then they're holding their presser the next day on June 10th. So the Square Enix 2019 event. So I'm got my fingers and toes and everything else I can cross that they'll give us at least a year. I want just a year. A season would be even better. I don't think we'll get a date.
Do you think we'll get this generation?
Yes.
Really?
I think
Yeah?
it will be on the PS4.
So then they have to have an updated version for the PS5 that'll come in 2084, 85.
Exactly. Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not that this is super critical because I don't know that people would necessarily really hold them to it per se, but it did say when they did announce it in 2015 that it will be first on PlayStation 4. Like I think it actually said PlayStation 4. I don't think it just
Really?
said PlayStation. It may have just
I
said.
think it said first on PlayStation. I don't remember.
Okay, if it said first on PlayStation, then that throws my caveat out the window. But I thought it said PlayStation 4 because I think about the same thing whenever. I don't think Kojima's ever promised that the Death Stranding was gonna be on PS4, but every time they've shown it, they'd be like running on a PlayStation 4 Pro. So it's like you can't really say that, and then the game never release on it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if I have that wrong and it only said PlayStation, then yeah, that would totally give them the freedom to be like, oh, and we're moving this to PS5.
Play it first on PlayStation 4.
Ooh.
So that makes me think it's going to be one of those crossover games that's on both.
Well, it's
Yeah.
definitely going to be on both. And I think everybody kind of jumped to that conclusion. And just like the Shenmue thing, I think as well is going to be on two systems. But they just wanted to. I remember when Homeboy was saying at E3, he was like, they just wanted to show it on our stage. And, he was like, this is very much their thing. They're doing a Kickstarter. But yeah, play it first on PlayStation 4. That's right. Woo!
Interesting.
Come on, June 9th and 10th. Give me some good news, baby. I want some good news. Lay it on a brother. Edward.
Yes, sir.
What you got?
Well, over on the YouTube, we have new videos. We've got Days Gone parts 3 through 5, and you can check those out and see what it is that's been slowly wrapping me around its finger as we play. It's been really nice to get slowly hooked on the game like that. It's been a nice experience for sure. We did get a couple of or one new game announced on Game Pass this week that wasn't previously announced.
Yeah,
a game called Descenders. And just as a reminder, on Game Pass this week and / weekend, Tacoma, Black Desert, Surviving Mars, and For the King.
There you
and
go.
over on iTunes, we have a couple of new reviews.
Ooh,
A couple?
wow.
A couple.
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous now.
Okay, you better
the
be.
The percentages can go down here. All right. Okay. All right.
The first one is written by Dark Legend.
Ooh.
And the topic is been listening forever and love it more each week.
Oh,
Hey.
Exclamation point.
Explanation point.
Explanation.
I will tell you what's going on and meet you at explanation point.
Yeah.
The three hosts opened up about their personal lives and, of course, video games. Timothy Hall stepped away from Married to the Games to focus on his growing family. So with his leave, a spot needing to be filled, and Chris McCracken and Ed Placencia, longtime listeners and well-regarded community members, stepped up, and without skipping a beat, it was a perfect fit. Podcast junkie. Look at that.
Hey.
Doggone it.
I like it.
1 star.
5 stars.
All right.
-4.
And we've got one by Sheehan246, and the heading is Community, Friends, and Family. Ooh. What can you say about these guys? They love their community, and their community loves them. Give them a listen, and you'll understand why. These 4 guys completely love the community, and once you're a part of it, you're family.
That's right.
The podcast has it all, from narcoleptic tiger claws
Oh,
to Bojangles buttery biscuits
what? These are some deep cuts.
to brand new dad jokes
Hey.
to yeek.
Yeah, yeek.
This podcast
What a memory.
has it all. Yes. They love to talk about games, their opinions about games, family, friends, and they do so in a manner where there's no foul language and are respectful to each other.
Safe for work.
Gabe, Tim, Chris, and Ed are the kind of people you want in your life.
Oh, man.
That's heavy.
Oh.
That's heavy right there.
That's super
Wow.
heavy. Heavy
They
D.
will entertain, amuse, and comfort you all at the same time. The amount of bad times they've helped me through, even though we've never met, with their positivity and cheer is uncountable.
Oh, my
They
God.
make my Fridays at work bearable. I love you guys, and I hope you continue all the great work for many years to come.
We love you, too.
Sheehan.
Dang.
Got it,
All
man.
the feels.
We love you more.
I know, right?
Doggone
Yeah, so
it.
thank you for those
Yeah,
reviews,
thanks,
man.
man. That's amazing.
I mean, the reviews, they do something, they help the podcast. It's in a way that we don't understand.
Yeah, they do something.
But when we read those, it helps us to, just personally. That's so cool to hear. Thank you guys for those reviews.
love it.
That is awesome. Oh, shoot.
wow.
Doggone it.
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
And what's the coolest thing
Sweet,
about
Overwatch.
those exactly?
Yeah.
Those reviews in particular are they both sound like they've been listening for a long time.
Yeah, man.
I mean, to bring up Buttery Biscuits and the Narcoleptic Tiger Claw, I think that's in the first 100 episodes. Both
Yes.
those things happen.
Yep.
And
Wow.
so, we're on 3, whatever it was. And so, man, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Ed, I'm going to throw you for a loop here.
Okay, do it.
Just for old time's sake, how hard is it to get like a top 10 on the YouTube going? Just to hear where we would even stand right now.
They're still
Okay,
the same.
I can.
We haven't heard them in so long. We stopped doing them because they had gotten so repetitive. But
I
it
know,
would be
right?
a nice look back to see.
Something about paint jobs.
Okay.
We can't forget Thorfeld
So I
Swamp.
usually combine. We have actually 2 top 10s that we would combine.
That's
It's
right.
the most viewed and the watch time.
That's
so
right.
would you rather hear the watch time or the most viewed?
Most viewed.
Most viewed. That sounds sexier.
Yeah.
And what time range do you want that from? Do you want that from
Beginning of time till now.
No,
I'm just kidding,
like
I'm just
from the
kidding.
last,
I'm
do
just
from
kidding.
the last, like how you would do it, like the last week or whatever.
Yeah,
it
go.
was.
Okay, so the last 7 days. Alrighty.
All right.
So what'd you say? The views?
Yeah,
Views.
Yes.
Let's just see what that is.
Alrighty. So here we go. Number 10. Hugh, part 5.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
here we go. And we're done.
Watch Dogs 2, Ghost Signals.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hugh, part 4, pink.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hugh, part 10, that looks like it's purple. The title is cut off.
Okay.
Let's see. Gabe and Chris react to The Last of Us Part 2.
What you want?
Number 5, Ori the Blind Forest, Part 14.
on.
Thornfeld Swamp.
There it is.
Yes.
Yeah, back
Yes.
that felt good.
That felt
Number
really
4, and it's very interesting. These videos have been getting a lot of gameplay or a lot of views recently. I don't know if it's some schools are assigning something. Number 4, Daily Life, Ancient Egyptian Fashions.
good. From
Back
All right,
when
then.
Assassin's Creed
Assassin's
Origins
Creed.
came out,
Oh,
they
yeah.
had that museum walking
That's
tour mode.
right. Yep.
Interesting.
And those have been going crazy lately. It's really
Hey,
weird.
way to keyword it there, Ed. Nice job.
I know, right?
got the schools involved.
That's right, man.
Right?
Schools are like, oh, this is ranked pretty high. Let's go.
Exactly. Let's see. What is this? This is Hugh Part 11 at number 3. I can't. It's cut off. Ending is what that one
Yep,
is.
11.
go.
Hugh
Yep.
Part 11, the ending. Number 2, Watch Dogs 2,
Paint
Wow.
Paint job.
Part 19,
Paint job. Wow.
And number 1. You guys ready for this?
Yes.
Okay.
Chris and Gabe react to Dead by Daylight.
Whoa! No way.
What in the world?
People love yelling at you guys that you weren't familiar with Dead by
That's
Daylight.
right, because it was an old game, and we were
That's
acting
right.
like it was new. And if they knew us or if they knew me, they know I don't play scary games. So sorry to not care about your stupid stuff.
I love it.
And by the way, if you look at the watch time, the Gabe and Chris react is actually number 2.
Ooh.
Just by watch time. Yeah.
It's because they're too busy commenting.
That's right.
They're like, let me
my
pause.
gosh,
I
you
can't watch
guys."
this crap. Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
Because we're like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's another scary guy. Okay, I wonder what's going on here.
Yes.
Jeez Louise.
So good job, you guys.
Yes.
Nice.
You've been number 1 and didn't even know it.
Chris,
Yes.
handshake, brother. Virtual handshake.
Handshake.
Yes.
go.
I appreciate you, Bishop.
You too, sir.
Well, every week, thanks, Edward,
You
Yes.
betcha.
we ask you guys a question. Last week was no different. You came through on a Cobra clutch on that one. I didn't know how long
Yeah, that
that
was
whole
great.
situation took, so good job on
Yeah,
that.
I didn't
yeah.
either.
Professional.
But I also figured you were editing, so if it was a long pause, you just take it out.
I'm going to insert 34 seconds. There we
Just enter a bunch of computer noise like you're hacking the mainframe.
go. Exactly.
That's hard to get to. Sorry. Every week we ask you guys a question. Last week was no different. We asked you guys, what IP do you think should get the Battle Royale treatment? Starting on Twitter, Mark2 at Toofus. If you could come up with a quality 3D version of Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, then a Battle Royale version of that would either be awesome or a steaming pile of garbage.
Yeah.
But if it was bad, I bet it'd still be fun for the first hour.
Oh, there you go.
I agree with that.
I like that. Yep, I agree
It's a
with that.
good
too.
outlook.
Alex at Alex_KY87. Skyrim or a game in that genre. Imagine people just running around axing fools and lightning people up with fireballs.
That'd be pretty good.
That's amazing.
It would be cool if they could have a siege mode where you have to break the enemy line using catapults and whatnot. Make it happen at Betsadia Studios. Dax World at Dax World. What better place? This makes a lot of sense. What better place than wrestling? You spawn at any place in a wrestling arena, parking garage, dressing room, etc. randomly. Players are dropped into the worst and most populated spots, the actual ring. Ooh, that would be dope.
That's hilarious.
Great
I
idea.
definitely
like
play the
that.
free version of that.
Right?
Marcus. Ooh.
You can do it.
Suyominin.
All right?
You know who you are, Marcus. Every teacher did this. At Captain Makasu. They should make an anime mashup battle royale game. Ooh, anime mashup.
Nice.
I got to say this one just for me and Ed because I think it's funny. Jeff the Android at Remake Yourself. Just Dance.
Hey.
That would be amazing.
I mean, if you did it the way
Yeah,
Gabe
man.
and I did, every match was Battle Royale.
I know. Walk away sweating. I ain't put enough deodorant on for this hangout.
Like, hey, Gabe, do you have any deodorant that I can borrow? I got to top off.
You get a swipe or two.
Yeah. Over on Facebook, Bill C. Gardner II. Crimson Skies. A bunch of biplanes without the Fortnite. Ooh, planes? That would be
There
dope.
you go.
That'd be dope. Darius Stewart. I'm not terribly big into Battle Royale games, but I think an Uncharted version may rope me in. Having an open area similar to the Jeep riding portion in 4 while using characters throughout the series would make for an interesting experience.
There you go.
Ooh, I like that.
That was a huge area.
It was. a
Yeah,
big
it
area.
was.
Brian Niebelheim. Okay, so my wife Esther gets credit for coming up with this idea with me. Star Wars. Squad style, 3 versus 100, Jedi and Sith battling it out to the last squad standing.
Oh.
Nice.
How have they not done that?
Because they're so precious with it, you know?
Because EA has the license.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly,
true.
man.
But they made Apex Legends, or they published it anyways.
Precious.
They could do it.
Stumpwater Jack Chumpy over on the Discord. Harvest Moon Farming Royale. The game you didn't
Wow.
even know you wanted. You're welcome. That's funny. Jared Orr said, I haven't played it, so maybe there already is a Battle Royale mode, but I think Battle Royale in For Honor could be really cool. We haven't seen any melee-focused games with Battle Royale. There wouldn't be as much looting and hopefully less downtime because of it. Another idea, if we really were getting crazy, would be Sekiro or Dark Souls. Dark Souls has had PvP combat, but nothing on the scale of a Battle Royale.
There you go.
Wow, there you go. And then Lim did put up in the Discord, Bad Gamer Elite, he said he saw a Royale in the new Overwatch creator, just like we were saying last week that somebody
Oh, yeah.
had to be making that. And he says it has ... potential. So, yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Chris the Rock. He says Spider-Man, Infamous, or any game that you travel fast up and around buildings.
Ah,
Ooh wee, that would be dope. That'd be really dope.
that'd be fun.
Thank you guys so much for answering our question. We really
really.
appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thanks for stopping by and dropping some conversation on us.
Right.
You know where to find us, facebook.com/married to the games, twitter.com/mttgcast, of course, marriedtothegames.com. Like Ed said, youtube.com/married to the games. Go yell at me and Chris for not knowing anything about Death by Daylight or whatever it's called. Breath by Evening.
Death by I See the Sun time.
Breath by moonlight.
On Patreon, if you'd like to support the show in any way monetarily, we've got our Patreon set up. You can drop $1 in the tip jar. We would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. There is every now and then some Patreon only content that comes from us. So head on over there in the community. Of course, we talk about it all the time.
Yep.
They're the gas in this machine,
Yeah.
Yes.
and they're over there. So go get involved. It's awesome. And it looks like, guys, honestly,
Yeah.
we might have like a massive hangout in Ohio in June.
Ooh.
Oh, it looks like it's
Wow.
kind of building up to be one,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Like, I think it's going down.
Are you yelling timber?
Oh yeah, you better move. You better dance.
Oh man, that's awesome.
It'll definitely be a night we won't remember. June 20th, Kings Island, Ohio. I think it's right outside of Cleveland. I'm gonna be there.
By Cincinnati.
Oh, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Sheldor's gonna be there. Hollywood Bone. Lucas Ham Swisher. I mean, and the names go on and on and on. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a mini. It's gonna be like a mini century mark.
When is it? What is the date?
June 20th. It's a
So you guys
Thursday.
are almost getting your 350 you've been clamoring for.
Almost.
It's pretty
That's
close.
right. It'll be a little late, right?
Yeah.
A little late, but right there. Come on, Lim. Come on
There you
over,
go.
Lim. Ohio.
Do it, Lim.
Sammy, come on up, baby. We can do this. We can make this a big deal. We can make people jealous. Let's make people
Right?
jealous. Christopher.
Yes.
Yes.
Got him.
Got him.
You know what? You got to serve me up. Doggone it.
That was perfect.
Yes.
All right, first question. Here we go. No need to edit that. That's done. That was done.
Jeez, man, y'all always get me on the worst times.
That's why I do it, because I know you're not expecting it. Go ahead.
I know. Rate us on iTunes, and we'll get Batman to
Come
drop
poop
it
in your
Tuesday
living room.
350.
Nice.
Bad dog.
Bad dog.
Bad dog.
Dog.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's get into some questions.
Good, man. Okay. First question from Hollywood Bones. Why is there poop in my living room?
Thanks for rating us on iTunes, Hollywood.
That's right.
Right.
No, he has a video game quick fire.
There we go.
Oh,
All right.
nice.
We love
Let's
quick
get
fire.
Okay.
into
All
it.
right.
Yeah, let's get
All
into
right.
it. So when you game, here we go.
Yep.
Lights on or off?
Ooh,
On.
It's better for your eyes that way.
I only run one light, so it's most of the room is very dim, but I have one light on. One small lamp.
Off for me.
Nice.
Do you eat and or drink?
No.
Drink.
Coffee or water?
Yeah, sometimes I had a nice little brandy sitting there last night.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'll
nice.
have something to
Ooh.
drink, but I don't typically do food.
I'll probably do that
Yeah.
after this too.
Ooh, again.
Ooh. I don't do either, actually, because it's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Your stomach's not ready.
My stomach's still
brandy.
asleep, yes. This is probably easy. Headset or speakers?
Headset.
Headset.
Man, it's been ear pods lately,
Ooh.
Okay.
and I hate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That can't be good.
Yeah.
Here's an easy one. Daytime or nighttime?
The right time.
Hey, there it is.
The right time is the right answer.
Yep.
Yeah.
The right time tends to mostly be nighttime, though.
Yep.
Both.
Yeah. Ed's got a stream going on. If you guys don't know, it's every day during the day. It's whenever I can, honestly.
Yep, me too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll take morning time as well.
Yeah.
Skip cutscenes or watch them?
Watch them.
If it's the first time, definitely watch them.
Yeah, definitely watch them. If it's Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts 3, skip.
No, I watched them, baby.
I know.
I always watch. One of my buddies skips them, and
That's
I
crazy.
don't understand that.
That's weird. Yeah.
He skipped all the cutscenes in Uncharted 4, all of them.
What?
Yeah, that doesn't.
He
make
had
any
no
sense.
idea what the story was even about or what was going on.
Did he like the game?
Yes, loved it.
A, that's a testament to the game. And B,
Yep.
Chico, you're crazy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're not right in the head.
That's right. All right, so when you game, do you look at the trophy list?
No.
No.
Spoiler
Depends.
alert.
Yeah, it depends though, but they've gotten better with that though. I feel like.
I mean, if it's not a story-related game, then yes, I will. Like Overwatch, I went and looked right away.
If it's a
Yeah,
game
that's a good point.
yeah, if it's a game I'm definitely interested in, I know I'm going to sink a lot of time in, I will look at it just to see if I can do it. Mm-hmm. So, all right. Do you delete or sell the game after finishing the story?
Yes, both. Ed,
Usually delete.
Delete.
Chris.
I may delete. It just depends. If I feel like I want to revisit it at some point, then I'll just leave it on there because I got plenty of space.
Yep.
Nice. Good quick fire. Thank you, Bones, for that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Nice. I like that.
Here's another interesting one. Beefmaster Serta. Imagine a world where Microsoft and Sony decided to not ever get into video games.
Okay.
What two corporations would take their place? Nintendo is not an answer.
Oh, like people that didn't exist yet?
Or people that were existed but just didn't get into video games. Like
No,
would
I mean,
say-
exist in
Yeah.
the video game realm. Yeah,
I'm gonna go Samsung.
that's what I was gonna say.
Ooh.
It's kind of weirds me out that they haven't done anything with it yet. Really, I'm kind of surprised. And
that's a
then,
good one.
shoot, the other one would be, man,
That's tough.
it might be one of the
Like LG or something.
or I mean, like I know they're defunct now, but like, what if it was like Compact or something? One of those
Yeah, right?
computer
Yeah,
companies in the
exactly.
'90s. Like, we just need to do
Oh, yeah.
something.
No, what's funny is that their demise would have been the same regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very true.
I just don't think they put out quality things.
No.
I'm kind of thinking more on the old school side, like when video games first came out. I would think IBM would be all over it, and even Macintosh / Apple at the time would be all over it.
I was so interested that they were so late to the party.
Yeah, right? Because you think they're so forward thinking, they have the latest technology. Why wouldn't they get involved in it? It's child's
Yeah.
play. We don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. But I love that Samsung answer. That's great, Chris.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Ed, do you have any other ones?
You know, it's funny because the genuinely the first two answers that came to my mind, I was like, oh wait, they are. I was like, Google and Amazon, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh wait, they
Yeah.
both are doing gaming.
Right. Yes.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
Shoot. Yeah, that's a tough one. Samsung was the first one that came to my mind.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that. Good question. Thanks for that. Bad Gamer Elite, Mr. Lem, how would you make the most mundane task in a movie? For instance, changing the toilet paper roll or putting a stamp on an envelope.
How would you make that
How would you
exciting
make-
kind of thing?
How would you make... Well, there's got to be a Michael Bay explosion in the background, don't you think?
I have one.
Oh,
Okay.
go.
There's a guy that's in charge of making sure I don't know what the reasoning would be, but like there was a time, I don't know if this still exists, but there was a time where you had to be dead to be on a stamp. And so he was the guy that had to travel back in time and make sure that the people died when they were going to die so people could put them on stamps.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Christopher?
Shoot, I don't know what the story tied around to it would be without giving a lot of really good thought, but I do know I don't think it would even be a movie. It would just be a really sick trailer.
Ooh, I love a
like
sick
with
trailer.
the movie voice guys, like in a world, and all that kind of stuff. You would have some explosions. I would just make a really sick trailer about a mundane task.
Ooh.
Which one is it?
Probably I would do raking leaves.
Yep. Got to be with that rake.
Yep.
I like it. It would be called the Rickety Rake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
And the logo would be akin to the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, and it would
Yeah.
just scrape across
Definitely.
the screen and then reveal the logo.
Yeah.
Love it.
Ooh, I like that.
I think it's all heartbeat sounds and the raking of the leaves and
No,
people
I can't
looking
do the
to-
heartbeat sound. I can't do the heartbeat sound.
looking to the left. It's got to speed up because you're out there working so hard with that freaking rake.
That's right.
Man, if someone out there does video stuff, can we please see a trailer for the Rickety Rake?
I'm telling you, like
Please.
I love trailers like so much.
Me too.
There's such an art. Like I'll watch trailers and I'll be like, I'm so psyched for a movie, and the movie will be horrible, but I will still go
yeah.
back and rewatch the trailers.
Yep.
You know what's
trailers
funny?
are a beautiful art.
You know what's weird about me? I love a scary movie trailer.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I do
Oh,
not like
right.
scary movies or scary games, but I will rewatch over
Yeah.
and over scary movie trailers
That's funny.
because it's like what Chris saying. It's an art. Like there's
is.
so much skill and
Absolutely.
feel that you have to pull those off
know.
well.
And even they do a good job, even because a lot of times the music in a trailer is from another movie, but because that other movie evokes an emotion in you, they already have you hooked. So like a lot of people used to use the Edward Scissorhands theme.
Yeah.
You know, and it's yeah, like you say, it's just so well done.
Or them using
used to
I'm a Living Legend in Apex Legends.
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, I the thing about with like trailers, there's really not very many movies that I've actually cried at, but I've gotten so choked up and even cried at trailers because they just so good at pulling out the emotion or getting you like hype or whatever. It's just like I turned it when Ed was here and we were gonna watch Endgame. I told him, I was like, dude, you can't make fun of me if I cry at this movie, and I ended up not crying at the movie. But I can't tell you how many times I watched those Endgame trailers and got choked up.
Yeah,
Really?
man.
And I just gotta hold. I was like, I'm gonna hold it back. I'm at work watching this trailer.
I'm the same way, man.
Wow.
I'm an emotional cat. I want to go all the way there.
I
Wherever
know,
they
me
want
too.
to go, I want to go there.
Yeah.
That's the whole
I
point.
used to
man.
love
Trailers.
watching the trailer to the movie Pearl Harbor with Ben Affleck.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That was a
And
good
then
Yes.
that movie was a
Yeah.
bucket of Batman poop. And
Oh,
Man.
what a tie-in.
I know. Jeez, double
that
meaning.
trailer was so well
Yeah,
done,
it was,
though.
It was.
That was a
that's the whole
tie-in on
point.
so many different levels. Can we just appreciate that? A bucket
It
of
was
Batman
very-
poop
yes, it
because
was
his
very
dog
good.
Batman and Ben Affleck playing Batman. That was Ed. I see you, Doc.
wow.
I see you.
Did you not
no,
draw
no.
those?
That was
Did you not draw those
a little-
conclusions?
Don't see me because that just came out. I there was no pre-thought at all.
That was
It
just talking about your dog.
That's how good your brain
Yeah,
works,
it's
Ed.
just
Because you
the
didn't even
dog,
realize
yeah.
how good you just did that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You should become a rapper.
There it is.
Exactly.
He already is, man. Little Ed Placencia.
That's right.
His first track will be Batman number 2.
Gang.
Gang, gang. Yeah,
I don't even remember the question.
Yeah, my mundane task would be watching.
Oh, yeah.
letting the dogs out in the backyard to run, and it would be like a Discovery or an Animal Planet like music, like the hyena going after the antelope and something like that. Would be something slow mo. Would be hilarious.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I like that.
I think a guy who works for, let's say, like the bomb squad or the bomb diffusing squad or whatever that's called.
Okay?
That's not mundane.
And-
Oh, sorry,
Well, no,
I missed
no,
the and. Sorry.
Yeah, you're going to miss the and he ticks off the wrong people. And so they start somehow infiltrating coffee plants, and they like one bean in each batch is actually a bomb, and when it gets ground up, it explodes. And then somehow the guy realizes that the bag was sent to his house, and he's like on the phone with his wife, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Making coffee."
Oh,
and she
no.
pushes the grind button, and the grind's really slow, and you're like, "Oh no!" And
Boom.
you don't know what's gonna happen.
And then Michael Bay explosion in the background.
No, that's the end of the trailer. It's the trailer,
That's
right?
the end of the trailer. Yeah,
Beautiful.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
might not blow up.
Ooh, I
but
like
we don't know yet.
Like that.
I like that.
Very good, Ed. Well done.
Thanks.
All right.
job.
Great question. Lim.
you.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Tufus. In less than 2 weeks, my wife and I are expecting the birth of our first and second child. That's right. It's twins.
Oh my
Pray
gosh.
for me, please, for the love of all that is good and holy.
Yeah, we
Here's
got
my
you, Doc.
question. If you were about to go through a big life change and you knew that you were going to have less time to play games for a period of time, what would be your gaming bucket list, so to speak? What would you try to accomplish before that change occurred? Thanks for taking my
Ooh, what a-
question, and seriously, pray for me. Thanks.
Yeah, what a great question.
Great question. Congratulations in advance.
Oh man. Gaming bucket list that you try to do before the kid
Yeah, what
gets
would you
there.
try to accomplish before the change occurred?
I think I would honestly get in as much Overwatch because I play with friends as possible.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that's probably, I don't really have a bucket list, but I would want to hang out with friends and play Overwatch as much as I could.
I think I'd just get I'd probably like play something like Red Dead. Like like
yeah.
a game that's like just long and
Yeah, big time suck.
the width and depth of that game I hear is
Oh,
just
that's good.
incredible, and I'm not gonna ever play it. But I've already got the kids.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that. I like that answer too, because I mean, I would say even like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I still go back. I like that Overwatch because you're still talking to everybody before you have to kind of go into hibernation mode for a little bit. Now, granted, the babies are sleeping most of the time, but like there's feeding and all kinds of other fun stuff. So you might still be able to get some gaming in initially. But yeah, man, if I think the Overwatch thing probably trumps anything else.
Yep.
Yeah, it really kind of just depends on when it was happening. Like if you were to ask me this question, hypothetically speaking, last year, I'd be like, oh, I would want to just knock out God of War. I want to see that game to the end because I was so excited for that game.
Yep.
And any kind of story-based game, I guess, really that is going to be 30 plus, hours would make the most sense. But at the same time, it's like, I really do. I'm with Tim. That's a really good answer that, man, I play Overwatch or Apex or any kind of multiplayer online game with friends, and your friend time may be really hard to come by when you're a parent because your schedules are so different. It's hard to go wrong with that answer.
Yep.
Love it. Congratulations again, man. That's amazing.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Fluxel.
Twins. Gracious.
Yeah, right? Ooh. Fluxel, Adam Payeth. Is there a game that surprises people that you have not played?
Shawshank Redemption? I'm just kidding.
Andy Dufresne.
I miss my friend.
Well played.
For the second time in my life, I committed a crime. Parole violation.
Oh, that's funny.
I like that movie.
Great movie.
I'm trying to think. That's a good question. What do you got, Chris?
I've heard a lot of really good things about The Witness, and I will probably never play that game.
Oh yeah, you would hate that game.
Yeah. Even if even if I liked it, I just don't think I'd have the brain power for it.
People
I
are
would just
surprised
get
to hear
stuck.
that you haven't played that.
Oh wait, I thought you were saying like, what is the game that?
No, is there a game that surprisses people that you have not played? Like they're shocked.
Oh, I'm
they're
sorry.
They're shocked that you have not
I got
played
you
it.
now. My bad. I thought that you were saying there's a game that other people liked that surprised you. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Oh, gotcha.
Let me come back to me. Let me think about it.
Edward?
I mean, I played Pokemon Go, but besides that, I've never played a Pokemon game.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And people seem to be surprised by that for some reason.
Yep.
Okay, I got it. I got mine.
Chris?
I think people would be or did tell me that they were surprised that I liked Bloodborne because I never played any of the Souls games. Am I following the question right?
No, it's a game you have not.
All right, say it again because I'm not following what you're asking. Then because I've just
Game you
answered
haven't
this two
played.
different ways. A game that I haven't played that I would be surprised that I would like.
No.
No, that people would be surprised you haven't played.
Right. Like if I were to ask you, you haven't played that game yet? What would be that game?
Like mine is Zelda. Like I never played a Zelda until Breath of the Wild. So as a big gamer, people were always surprised to find that I had never played a Zelda.
I mean, I guess you could say, well, I have played a Zelda, so that wouldn't work. I was going to say you could almost use that same one for me. I haven't played a Final Fantasy.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, and I haven't played. Right, I just lost it.
No, I was just laughing about around the mulberry bush. We had to go there. That's funny. He's like, people be surprised that I like Bloodborne. You're like, okay, that still wasn't the question.
Oh, I haven't played a single Rockstar game.
I was not following.
I've never played a Rockstar game. I've never played GTA. I've never played Red Dead. I've never played any of those. And I think people might be surprised because I love those kind of long, adventure games. I've never played them.
There you go.
Surprising.
Boom.
Is there a particular reason why?
No.
Or just never done?
I just GTA I'm not really into. Red Dead I don't like Western stuff anyway, so I just was like, I wasn't involved in it at all. All right.
Until Assassin's Creed does Western.
I might be out on
your hand.
Dude, I might be out on that though. I don't know. We'll see.
You made it through 3.
I did
you
make
have to
it
at least
through
give
3.
it a try.
Yeah, exactly. Mark Boucher. So podcast question for you guys. When we record our podcast, I feel like I either get cut off or cut people off in terms of trying to be involved in the conversation while giving everyone their fair turn. It doesn't seem like you guys have that much of a problem with it, or maybe you guys edit it out. Any tips on how to avoid this problem?
Well, I would say...
you go ahead. No, sorry, Ed. Go ahead. What? Yeah. Uh-huh.
You, me, you, you, me.
Listen,
Yeah, exactly.
347 episodes straight, brother.
Yeah, I was about to say, didn't y'all just start?
You're right. 347 episodes. You kind of get that feel of when to get in there and when not to get in there.
That's how I feel. I feel like we're fairly good at that. There's definitely still times where just like we run over each other.
Yes.
And
Right.
I do take. So we've gotten good at like, here's an insider's tip.
Okay.
So this
Insider's
is
tip.
something I do. So let's say I was trying to get like a comment in there, right? And I said, or like a joke or something. And it's like, yeah, but they left the door open. But everybody runs over it, and then I'll repeat it. Yeah, but they left the door open. And then hopefully these guys are good enough actors, which they are, is that they react to the second time I say it, and I just take out the first time I said it.
Yeah.
I love that you say it twice when I edit, because like you just said, I usually don't hear it the first time. And then the second time I'm like, oh, he said that twice. Thank you.
Yeah, you could take out the first one.
That's awesome. I never knew that. That's awesome. I never knew that.
Yeah.
Well played.
There are a few times where we'll talk over each other, but then like you say, a little editing, just a little, cut, move, slide everybody to the side and let someone have their say, and then you carry on. But again, as we've gone on, I don't have to do that often.
No.
Maybe once an episode, but when I edit, but yeah, I think we have a pretty good feel, and I think for the most part we're also very aware of that.
Yeah.
And we know that there's lag, and so a lot of times we'll start, and then as soon as you hear someone else going, most of us will stop and let the other person go on, and you cut out the false start, and that's what I cut out most of the time, is not really the overlapped conversations, but just the false starts. Just trim those out.
That's right.
And yeah.
And I think too, you'll get used to knowing when your other hosts are ramping down.
Yes.
So when they're not in the meat of what they have to say, but they're coming to the tail end of it, and then you can jump in there, because you also don't want dead time. You don't want 3 seconds in between somebody saying something all the time.
Right.
Right.
So you guys will get there. You're probably there already.
All right, Josh Stapleton, if you weren't involved in podcasting and streaming, how would your gaming change, if at all?
Ooh.
I think I would be gaming less. Definitely. Like, it would just be like a...
Less?
Because...
I wouldn't. I feel what Router's saying. Like, I wouldn't feel the push to go buy the new thing right away so I can speak on it.
Thank you. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Like, I wouldn't be motivated as much to do that. Yes,
because I want us to be well rounded and well read on each of the things. So it's like, I knew that you guys weren't going to get Switches at all. I at first wasn't going to get a Switch, and then I got on with Donnie and with Mr. Stapleton, and we talked it out, and I was like, you know what? For the reasons that they gave, but also for the podcast, somebody got to talk about the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they owe you a little money.
Throw some money their way.
Yeah, exactly. So one of them's a patron, so you know.
Oh, that's
Well,
right.
there you go.
So
You know who the other one
Money
is.
well spent.
And so, yeah, I feel like I wouldn't feel like I have to play the thing right when it comes out.
Yeah.
Chris?
I don't honestly think it'd be any different
There you go.
that I can think of.
Edward, if you weren't streaming?
If I wasn't streaming, I would probably play certain games, especially story-driven games, more often. Like right now, if I could, I'd go downstairs and play Days Gone some more.
Right.
But I don't want to. I want to keep all of it for the stream, and I don't want to miss anything. So
That's dedication right there.
So yeah, with those games, like all weekend, I was like, man, I can't wait to get Monday gets here because I want to play again.
Yeah, exactly right.
Nice. All right, final question, Travis Pospisil. What is your favorite thing about being married?
Ooh. Probably living with my best friend.
Yeah.
And it is different. Like my wife, I was trying to explain to Amara, because Amara, I think because I leave so often, and me and Jenny are so much apart in our marriage, that she doesn't think I'm sad when mommy leaves. And so she was just kind of like being mopey about Jenny leaving and everything like that. And I was like, Boots, I was like, I'm sad too. I was like, you have to understand, my best friend just left. Like the one that, like, when her car is coming down the road, I'm like, oh good, she's coming back home. We have a really great marriage. So I know there's some people out there with marriages that are like, why don't you go someplace? But, and so I think just having somebody to constantly bounce stuff off of and show me that I'm not right all the time. I remember me and the guys, we constantly talk about how marriage and the Bible are like the biggest mirrors in our life. Like when I look in the Bible, I'm like, shoot. Yeah, that's some stuff I got to fix. Or it's like, oh yeah, this, something encouraging. But two, that's with marriage. Like Jenny, like I talked about at 300, Jenny's the one that's like, hey, you got a booger in your nose. But she's also the one that's like, oh, babe, you killed that. You know what I'm saying? So it's both. So
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing, just having a companion, somebody to do life with.
Yep.
Ed?
I could say the exact same thing you did, Gabe, but just to go off on a little different angle, and it might sound weird at first, but I would say I really like how easy it is, and that's not to say that it's never hard work or I don't have to put effort into it, but Sarah is so easy to love.
Yeah.
And she's so easy to get along with, and she's so easy to take criticism from, and she's so easy to take advice from. And, just watching her with the puppy the last few weeks, and she just adores this puppy and adores it. And I told her, I was like, how you feel about this puppy, that's what I feel when I look at you.
Yep.
I was like, I just am like, oh my gosh, I just love this person so much.
That's right.
And it's what Gabe said. It's my best friend, but also when you're with someone that is your best friend, it can be pretty easy. And that's, not to say that it's not ever any kind of work, but again, it is nice that it can be so easy.
She's standing right behind you, isn't she?
But the gun's not loaded, so it's all right.
Router. That's
She's just reminding me it's there.
I love all of this. This is just, it's awesome. And I would definitely ditto everything that you've said. I like the easy side too, because when you love somebody the way that you love your wife, it does come easier. It's easier to love. It's easier to forgive. It's easier to laugh, and it's easier to go through life, together. And that's what I love, is the togetherness. Throw a child in there as well, and dude, it just enhances it even more. Because like I look at Piper every day, I'm like, man, our love made that. Like we made that, and we are nurturing her, and we are just showering her in love the way that we do the same with one another. And that's always been one of the things important for me, especially because when I was growing up, my parents showed that they loved each other. They hugged, they kissed publicly, like they're big PDA people. And that really, subconsciously, that really affected me too. And I make sure that I do the same when Piper's around and when Lauren's around, to love on her, to kiss her and give her a hug, so that she knows that mommy and daddy love each other very much as well. I think that's so important.
Yes. And I think too, when you talk about the kid thing, that's really when, and not that like Chris and Ed don't have this, because I think they totally do, especially both of them. I mean, Chris and Stacy work together. Ed and Sarah work together. But like with the kids though, it's a different aspect of teamwork that has to kind of like come into play. It's kind of like the dog thing where you're like, hey, so I'm leaving, can you come in and get the dog? Like, imagine that on like 25, where you can't leave a kid in a kennel without, you can't tell people you did, at least.
Oh, you can't? Shoot.
What say you, Christopher?
I think the best thing, or the thing that's my favorite, is I just like how we're constantly making each other better, even when we're not necessarily trying to.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's so many times that Stacy will come in or we'll be hanging out or something, and she'll start talking to me about something, and maybe it's even something it's being critical, let's say, but it's usually always, you can tell it's being done from an area of love and like a, hey,
that's right,
this is an area where you probably need to take another look at this because XYZ situation happened or whatever. And,
that's good. That's
or
good,
whatever,
Chris.
you know what I mean?
That.
And there's tons of times where she'll come to me and she will ask me, oh, I'm dealing with this certain situation at work, What do you think? And of course, in my head may just be like, okay, well, based on this and that, I think this. Not even maybe necessarily really thinking that I'm breaking any real news for us. I just think we're talking about it, and she'll be like, man, what you just said, I would have never thought about it that way. I'm so glad you phrased it that way or said that, because that helped me so much in that situation it was. And it's just like, there's definitely times where I'm really trying and I really want to give her the great advice and I want to help her with whatever she might be dealing with. But there's other times where we're just in sync enough to where we're sharpening each other.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably my favorite part of it.
The moral of the story is teamwork makes the dream work.
There you go.
Yep. That's awesome. That is it for the questions. Thank you, one and all.
What a great last question.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. So the question of the week for you guys is, what is your favorite video game event? Is it Extra Life? Is it Games Done Quick? Is it Gamescom? Is it Pokemon Go Fest? What is your favorite video game event? Chris?
Man. I mean, there for a while, I would have to say it was E3.
Yep.
And then it probably moved on over to PSX just because I tend to focus a little more that direction. But now neither one of those things, well, they both exist, but not on the PlayStation side. So, I mean, I think I would say probably, and I know this is going to be a bit selfish, but I'm going to say the Century episodes of Married to the Games.
Ooh.
Oh, look at you.
Ooh, nice.
That's not fair.
Brown noser.
I mean, I don't think it is fair, but it's being honest.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a video game event.
What say you, Router?
I love the press conferences around E3. I clear out half my day and just watch the live stream and I love that just excitement of what's it going to be, what's it going to be, what's it going to be. And it's just so much fun.
Yeah. Edward?
I'm going to my first TwitchCon this year.
That's
so
right, you are. Where's that?
Oh.
San Diego? Where's that?
San Diego.
Yeah.
When does that happen?
That's
that
in the
June?
fall. I want to say
fall.
September.
Dude, that's
way
awesome.
off.
So I've never experienced one yet. So I hope that I'll be able to say that at the end of the year. So, but up to this point, it's Overwatch League.
Ooh,
there you
nice. I like it. I'm with Router, man. Not ever since I can remember, but like every year it's the same thing. I don't have any meetings. I don't have lunch. I don't have dinner plans.
Clear the schedule.
And for like 2 days, it's just locked to YouTube and streaming services to see the pressers. For years, they've been something I wanted to go to. Finally got to go to 2 Sony press conferences, and it was literally everything I wanted it to be. I mean, the first one's got just the crazy story of me just getting there in the first place. That's the year they first showed The Last of Us, the first Last of Us. The one that ended with that shotgun that never happened in the actual game.
No.
Yeah, exactly right. And then my second one that I went to, I've been to 2 or 3. I think I've been to 3, but the other one I went to is when they announced Final Fantasy VII and the Shenmue remakes.
That was meant for you, man. That press conference was just meant for you.
That's when the clouds parted. And I was like, just in case I was having any wonders as well, God was real or not. Yeah, he's real because he just made this whole podcast for me. I mean, this whole press conference for me. And so, I've got to say the pressers. I mean, it's just followed really close by Games Done Quick, actually. I think
nice.
Summer Games Done Quick and all those guys, I think they're so talented, and they're people that have put hours and hours and hours into finding every little glitch and going through the code and figuring out how to beat these games super fast. I saw this guy, it wasn't like a Games Done Quick thing, but it was still on that skill level where this guy is showing how you can beat Mike Tyson in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out with only 6 punches.
Oh, come on.
And it's just like stuff you would have never like knew existed. You know what I mean? Like the way he did it, you're like, holy crap, how does that work? So,
and how did you figure it out? That's what always blows my mind is how do you figure this stuff out?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like every now and then one of the developers leaks something. It's like, well, if you do this, because that's how word had to travel back in the day. We would have never known anything unless
Right.
somebody
Yeah.
who did the secret told it and finally said, oh, if you press up, up, down, down, left, right, left. You know what I'm saying? Like, all
Yeah.
these different things happen. So, yeah, man. Did everybody answer?
I think so.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think so too. Let us know what you guys' favorite video game event is, and we will talk about it next week. Thank you so much. 347 in the books. A little something to look forward to in 3 weeks. I'm going to be debuting a little video. It's not going to be a big deal, but it's going to be a look back at episode 300. We're kind of editing the video right now. We had some videos shot that day. For those that were at 300 will remember my brother was kind of floating around taking videos. So we have I got on the ball finally to get some of that stuff edited, and we're going to have that around episode 350 just as a nice look back. So that'll be fun. I've showed it
Yes.
to these guys a little bit, and it gets all the butterflies going again for me.
Yeah, it does. It's pretty cool.
Yes. And so thank you guys so much for listening. I'm Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That is Ed Placencia. That is Chris McCracken. And we are married to the games, and we are up out this thing.